Hurricane Ida was catastrophic for the communities of Jean Lafitte, Lower Lafitte, Barataria, and Crown Point. It left about 25 to 35% of our population homeless overnight. Our government buildings, our schools were all devastated during the storm. Many people are dubbing this as Jean Lafitte's Hurricane Katrina. We were left with mountains of mud and destruction.
I really didn't know how to feel at first because it took me 40 years to build what I had. And for me and my son just to witness it all disappear within a few hours was devastating. Because I know I don't have another 40 years in me to do it again.
The size of Ida's peak is so much bigger than any of the surges we saw in 2020, and really than any of the surges that I've experienced here in the past 20 years.
Like the water got so high, stuff was passing like in floating containers.
I don't think there's anywhere in the United States suffering like us. What we need to do is rebuild our coast and put higher levees in Lafitte, Barataria, and Crown Point.
Yeah, we're fighting for our livelihood, without a doubt. How do you get left out, you know? You got St. John the parish and Lafourche. You know, that's what saved Cutoff. A 15-foot levee.
I stayed for Hurricane Ida, and we watched the water rise constantly. And every year it's just getting worse and worse since Hurricane Juan in '85. The water keeps getting higher and higher, and then there's no place for it to go anymore. We're big old fishbowl now, because it takes so long for the water to leave.
I actually went through Camille and Betsy, and we get a little bit of water, you know, in the yard and stuff, a little bit on the street, not much. I've been down here for 70 years, and Hurricane Ida is the worst I've ever seen.
The houses down here need to be raised. The federal government got to do something.
This is land that washed away from somewhere else. It was uprooted from the 10 to 12 foot tidal surge that we have. It was uprooted, picked up, and that land was pushed into here, blocking these bayous and waterways where you can't even navigate through them.
Our problems were not nature. Our problems were created by man. You take the largest pump station in the world in the levee right north of us. Those things help us flood.
16 years ago, George Bush came down following a Hurricane Katrina, and he said, I'm going to protect these areas. Well, the job's not finished. Communities like Jean Lafitte, Lower Lafitte, Barataria, and Crown Point's been left out. So I want 16 years later, seeing what this pump has done to us, seeing the wrongs that's been done to us, to come and right those wrongs, and come finish George Bush's job.
You ain't got country, take care of God country. We need a lot of levee. High in that telephone post you're looking at right there. If you don't make it that high, forget about Lafitte.
Our coastline is disappearing at a rapid rate. And if it is not stopped, sooner or later, before it's over, you will have no New Orleans.
The rate of relative sea level rise here in the Barataria Basin is among the highest on the planet. It's about 1 centimeter, or about ½ an inch a year. So all we're doing is slowly subsiding while the sea level is slowly rising.
It seems that overnight, we became a community that's fighting for our lives each day. We're fighting for our homes, fighting for our children's future. There is so much good in this place. It's worth fighting for, and it's worth saving.